Apologize, we missed a half inning of baseball. Stamford put up another run to take a 2-0 lead. And thank you, Mr. Zimmerman, for taking care of that. Greg Zimmerman with us, the former director of American Legion Baseball here in Bristol, coming up. Laurenti to lead it off here, struck out back in the second. 7 strikeouts for Tipledy. He has been the story of the game right now, getting a little offensive help, too.
Yeah, he's looked very sharp.
We lost our internet connection. I think everybody here had, and we scrambled to get it back on. Pitching there for the strike. Outfield playing just about straight away. Posidento had a leadoff double back in the 4th inning, an RBI single by Gambino to make it 2-0. Gambino now 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs. You know, you were talking a little bit about it when we got so rudely interrupted by technology about Tim Vincent. You wanted to talk a little bit about the upcoming regionals of
so the 17U regionals is in Windsor Locks this year, starting on Friday. Haven't confirmed it, but I'm guessing that the state champion will play the 4 o'clock game. Could be the 7. But I know Dave Farr and his people in Windsor Locks to do a great job. Great catch by the third baseman.
Beautiful play by Shane Hackett. Wow. See a replay on that. That's quick reaction, isn't it?
And it's he's probably 30 feet away from third base on that play. That's a great play.
So Loretti is out. Now 0 for 2 brings up Ruffino 0 for 1. Top of the order, and Evan Bouchard on deck, and that pitch quickly in there for the strike. Count goes 0-1. Our scoreboard has not been updated. We're going to wait a minute and let everything rest and try to fix it between innings. Well, they're going to try to bunt their way on. Tipledy will field it. Got it to the bag at first. I love a pitcher that fields his position quite effectively.
You know, for Bristol, you're down to your last 7 outs here.
Yeah.
So it's
Evan Bouchard.
Got to start getting something done here.
Going to bring up Evan Bouchard. Tipledy looking for another 1-2-3 inning, and he may get that. That ball hit high in the air, foul territory. Gambino, who's got a couple RBIs, was able to catch it. That was like a circus catch over there. He had to fight off some sun, I got a feeling, and Bouchard on the pitch retired. And that will do it in the top of the 5th. So you got the bottom of the 5th inning upcoming, and
we ask that you please rise.
Thank you. All right, Craig Zimmerman joining us right here. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Ross Green. And Green has himself a leadoff single here in the fifth, 2-0 Stamford. We do apologize for our technical difficulty. Doing our best to try to bring that stream back to you. I believe we have it back right now. In the first inning, Stamford scored a run. They added a run in the fourth inning, a double and a base hit in the fourth. Big double play ball certainly helped the cause of Bristol. 6-4-3 to end that fourth inning. Runner gets back to the bag. That's Green. You got Palmer at the plate now, the catcher. He's 0 for 1. And the pitch missed a little high. Palmer is showing bunt, bunts it, charged by the third baseman. Go first, and they get the out there. So Palmer is retired. He's able to push Green in the scoring position with the sacrifice bunt, one out.
Tyler Luters.
Now Luters will step up to the plate. Time has been called. Luters in the ball game is 0-1. Been a well-pitched game between Matt Tiplety, who has certainly dominated with 7 strikeouts. He's only allowed 1 hit in the ball game, and of course Trevor Mays trying to stay with him pitch for pitch. Pitch strike call there. Hitter in baseman. With that, difficulties. Step up to the fight through. I did see the big phone. It was, and we do apologize for that. A little bit out of our control at this particular moment, as we'll have to do a complete reset for our back-end game here today. As we were earlier into this contest, I'd reset now, but it's going to be a little too difficult to do that, so we do apologize. This is Tyler Donahue coming up to the plate. And the pitch Makes it 2-0. I haven't had a base runner since the third inning when Bouchard reached on an error against Matt Tiplady. In there for the strike. Count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike here to Donahue. Donahue singled back in the first, has the only hit recorded today by Bristol. Bristol, nobody out. A shallow center fielder looters, and they tried to send a runner at third. Bouchard was thrown out at the plate, and it created a double play. So Donahue draws a walk. That is only the second walk issued in the game.
Dylan Hudson.
By Tiplady, and so you have a runner on, and this brings up Dylan Hudson. So Hudson will come up to the plate. The runner goes, throw on down, not in time. That's a stolen base, but Donahue wasting no time to get in the scoring position as Bristol right now trying to be very aggressive. So Hudson, the number 3 hitter in the lineup, has a man in scoring position. Hudson today has been hit by a pitch, and he was an entire league. That's a high fastball swing and a miss, and the count goes over in the on. From the stretch, Matt Tiplady into the windup time call. He comes with the pitch. Batter may have requested that. Bristol trying to put together a rally. That pitch up high, and the count goes 1 ball and 2 strikes. Fouled off at the plate. Good advice to Dylan Hudson. Relax and have a good time at the plate, and that's what he's trying to do now. Here comes the 1-2, and he pops it up. Foul territory. Long run for Hackett, who's already made a spectacular play. He makes another one as he with 2 outstanding plays now, and that one could be a game saver. Who knows?
The third baseman.
And Hudson in foul territory, robbed of another swing. What a beautiful play by the third baseman, Shane Hackett. So now you have 1 out with a runner in scoring position. Marotti to the plate. Did a shallow fly to center and is popped up. Pitch in there for the strike call. From the stretch, Tiplady. Here in the 6th, check swing roller, and that hit the foot of the batter. Marotti in time is immediately called. Big moment in the ball game for Bristol with 1 down and a runner in scoring position. Here comes a 1-2 pitch, and that's popped up to the backstop. Palmer behind the plate was ready to jump all over that if he could.
Okay, thanks.
Tiplady. The pitch, swing and a miss, and he got him. He strikes out Marotti for his 8th strikeout in the game. That's going to bring up Joe Crowley, who was walked and struck out here today. Crowley, the center fielder. Want to thank Greg Zimmerman for joining us for a couple of innings there. quickly goes 0-1 here to Crowley. Diplady continues to just pitch magnificently today. That pitch down low for ball. The count goes 1-1 strike. Field. Gets a one. We'll keep on Sporting. All right, on to the bottom of inning number 6. We move, and Ethan Anderson will lead it off here for Stamford. They have the 2-0 lead. Anderson, Posidento, and Hackett, the scheduled hitters. And the pitch to the plate is ball 1. So still on the mound, Trevor Mays. He's only given up a run in the first and 1 in the fourth. As he's pitched himself a heck of a game here today. His offense needs to pick up at least a run, maybe more. We'll have to wait through this half inning. The count is 1-1 strike. Gave up a run in the first and a couple of hits. Gave up a run in the fourth on a couple of hits. Total of 5 hits in the game for Stamford. And they lead it by the score of 2-0. Count 2-1 strike to Anderson, who has singled and scored and grounded out to the shortstop. Pitch fouled up. And the 2-2 pitch, that's fouled off. What has happened to us, our MiFi is overheated somewhat today with the humid weather and the like, so we're trying to cool that off. We've gone to our secondary plan to bring you this internet stream. It really doesn't have the power as the first choice. That ball dropped on a strike 3, picked up by the catcher, and Owen Davis finds the angle. He throws out Ethan Anderson, and there's a strikeout for Trevor Mays. For Mays, I believe that is his first strikeout of the ball game. And
Anthony Posidento.
so Posidento will step up to the plate. He has doubled and scored a run. Mays looking in for the sign. From the catcher, that's Owen Davis, and the pitch outside. Of course, they'll have the award ceremony at the conclusion of this game. Pitch in there for the strike call. One ball, one strike, and one out. There's a ground ball hit down to the first baseman. Posidento is out, 3 unassisted. Laurenti doing the job. See another look at that. Lenity fielding his position effectively.
The third baseman, Shane Hackett.
So here's Hackett to the plate. He's 0 for 2 is Shane Hackett, the third baseman, and the pitch missed inside for a ball. Nice to have you with us on SportingNewsCT.com. Thank you for staying with us. If you have been able to do that. As we are having technical difficulties here at the facility today. I believe your Wi-Fi may have come back, David. Talking to David Greenleaf, our official scorer, director of baseball here in Connecticut. And there's a ball hit into the gap, right center field for a base hit. A 2-out single by Hackett, his first hit of the ball game. So they have a runner on at the bag at first with 2 down, and Joe Gambino stepping up to the plate.
Joe Gambino
is the hitting star for Stamford today. He's got 2 RBI base hits. So the left-handed hitting first baseman, who can also pitch, has done a terrific job. At the plate, quick throw to the bag at first, and getting on back was Hackett. From the stretch, it's Trevor Mays. Throws the first, runner got on back again. Looking ahead, Kozakowski, Davis, and Loretti, the scheduled hitters for Bristol. They need at least 2 runs. Trevor Mays with a feeling that Hackett's going to try to scramble in the scoring position for the hot-hitting Gambino, who's 2 for 2 with the 2 RBIs today. Mays, the pitch to the plate, and there's a ground ball. Great play by the first baseman. Diving play by Loretti. That potentially saved the run as that was going down the line, although Hackett would have gone all the way from first, but Gambino certainly robbed of a single on a delightful play by Kyle Loretti. Upcoming, we got the 7th inning coming your way right here on SportingNewsCT.com. We'll keep it here. Little silent moment.
Kozakowski.
All right, Bristol down to their final 3 outs here. Jack Kozakowski stepping up to the plate. Kozakowski today is 0 for 2 against Tip. There for this. Way back in the. That is true. That's all he's done. Here's a ball hit high in the air. Good jump by the center fielder, Tyler Luters, and he makes the catch, and you have 1 down as Luters puts away
The catcher,
Kozakowski for 1 out.
Owen Davis.
Brings up Owen Davis. 0 for 2 is Davis. He struck out a couple of times here today. And that's going to be all for Tiplady, as what a performance he put forth today. Is probably reached his pitching limit, right? Yeah, indeed. And he'll come out of the lineup. Matt Tiplady, his game to win. Hurls a one-hitter here today, overcame a bases-loaded, nobody-out situation in the first without one of his strikeouts. He got a double play from Tyler
Your
Luters, a
attention,
center
please.
fielder,
Ladies
who
and gentlemen,
caught a fly ball and
now
threw a
pitching
runaround
for
at the
Stamford,
plate.
Number 13, Noah Heron.
So we
Number
got a
13.
pitch pause for just All right, welcome right back as we continue
Your attention, please. Ladies and gentlemen,
with our coverage
Batting
of
for
American
Davis.
Legion Baseball. And new pitcher on the mound is Noam Heron, trying to close the deal here. In a save situation, Owen Davis will be hit for as Andrew Lozier will come up to the plate to swing the bat for Bristol and try to get something going. So Tiplety is out. He has consumed his pitching totals. I believe it's 95 here at the junior level, and what a performance he put together. Gave up no runs and 6 in a third. There are 2 outs in the inning. 1 out away is Stamford from the championship. At the plate is Loretti. He's got to get on. Count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Ruffino in the on bag at stepping up. Trying to settle. So. Going to count. Right. One strike here. Woodson. They could only hit the ball. One. He did. And the two as he tried back on the swing. Count full, 3-2 with 2 on and 2 out. All coming down to this pitch here. Herron into the windup. Runners go, and the ball hit high into the air. Right fielder circling underneath it, and he dropped the ball to Posidento. A run will score, another will score, and the ball rolls through the infield, and Bristol has tied it up at 2 here in the top of the 7th inning. Incredible. That'll be an E9, allowing 2 to score, and this game is tied at 2 here in the top of the 7th inning. Well, we had a strange finish, and we'll take another look at that. Absolutely incredible. Fly ball out to right field. It looked like it was going to be caught, and lo and behold, Posidento couldn't hold on to it. Well, the officials all getting together. They thought they had the championship in hand. 2 runs scoring. It was a 3-2 pitch with 2 outs, so they were off and running with the pitch. Loretti scored from second. Ruffino raced around from first. Bristol has tied it up here. They got a runner down the bag at second. We're at the top of the 7th. And as you would expect, when we have technical difficulty, we get a thrilling finish, of course. That it was incredible just a moment ago, and some disbelief. And the officials now, umpires, I don't know what they're talking about exactly here. Now they're talking to the American Legion staff here on site. Be a minute. Back. Believe all. Got a feel. On. Up. That's a third. Bouchard. Ball pop. Deck is wing pop. I would lead away. Right. 'Cause 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 on the winner. The bottom News CT.
Garrett. Owen Davis. Space. Emmett.
Pitch now. Online with the in walk-off fashion. Had a walk-off win by Southington in the senior game last night. Ground ball hit off the end of the bat, charged by the third baseman. Marotti across the diamond to Loretti, and you got one down here in the bottom of the seventh. So one out.
Left fielder.
5-3 if you score.
Johnson.
And here's Joe Johnson, inserted as the left fielder with a pitching change in the top of the seventh. Will come to the plate here for the first time. Got Ross Green in the on-deck circle. Pitch inside for ball one. Outfield playing just about straight away. Donahue, Crowley, and Kozakowski in the outfield. Pitch low and away. Count goes 2 balls and 1 strike. Count now 2 balls and no strikes. Now they're just making sure everything is set, questioning who's batting and alike. I don't think Bristol was aware that there was a change in left field. So they count 2 balls and no strikes. Mays ready to deal it. Gets a strike call, and the count goes 2 balls, 1 strike. He's pitched a marvelous game today. His offense came through in the top of the seventh. Down low, and the count goes 3 balls, 1 strike. The Mays 3-1. And that's ball 4, and you got a base runner on. So Johnson walks. He's a potential game-winning runner now. And here comes Ross Green to the plate, who's 1 for 2.
Ross Green.
You got Palmer in the on-deck circle. Green, the number 7 hitter in the lineup. Pitch missed outside for ball. Mays from the stretch will throw to first, and getting on back there is Johnson. Went in standing up. Count, 1 ball, no strikes. Pitch to the plate, and that ball hit high in the air to the right fielder. Kozakowski floating back, and he made the catch. Had to stretch out to make the catch. Beautiful play in right field, and you have 2 down here. Palmer stepping up to the plate.
The catcher,
Beautiful play by
Jack
the right
Palmer.
fielder, Kozakowski, and we'll take another look at that. That reaching catch. Beautiful job. Here's Palmer to the plate. Boy, if he had let that ball get by him, would have been big trouble. Palmer on the day has grounded out and laid down a sacrifice bunt. And that pitch over for the strike call. It looks like we might be going to extra innings here, but you never know, do you? It looked rather dismal for Bristol, but they came up with 2 in the bottom of the 7th. That pitch popped up foul territory and over to make the play, Anthony Marotti, and that will do it in the bottom of the 7th inning. On to extra innings we go, to the top of the 8th, right after these messages. All right, Dylan Hudson will lead it off here in the top of the 8th inning for Bristol. They got new life in the 7th, and here they go, facing Emmett Donahue in the top of the 8th. Hudson, the designated hitter, has been hit by a pitch. He has struck out and popped up in the foul territory. They got Marotti in the on-deck circle. And that pitch in there for the strike call. Good pitch there by Emmett Donahue. Hudson looks like he's got some good speed if he were to get on. A little pop-up, and that's going to be a base hit. Looked like Ethan Anderson had a shot at it there, but Hudson safe at first and becomes a leadoff base runner here in the top of the 8th inning.
third baseman, Anthony Marotti.
That is only the 2nd hit of the ball game and the first hit since the 1st inning for Bristol here. They scored 2 without the benefit of a base hit in the top of the 7th, 2 walks with 2 outs, and then a drop ball in right field allowed the 2 runs to score to tie things up to put us into extra innings. Here's Marotti to the plate. He is 0 for 3. Now to win. Call. So the count goes 0-1. Donahue checks the runner at the bag at first, and the pitch up high. First, lengthens it. Bat roll. Start today. Eyes. Enjoying this one. So Stamford will play in the 15 and under game, taking on Ellington. Ellington seniors played last night in the senior championship game versus Southington. Southington won that in the bottom of the 8th inning. Popped up infield ball. That is the shortstop making the play, Ethan Henderson. And he got one down. So Maradi is out on a pop-up. Shortstop brings up Joe Crowley. Crowley, the center fielder, has reached base via walk. He's over 2 officially. Palmer behind the plate, Gambino with the bag at first. You got Green playing second, Anderson at shortstop, and Hackett at the bag at third. Left fielders Johnson, Luders in center. Pasadento is the right fielder defensively for Stamford in blue uniforms, the home team here today. A little soft toss to the bag at first, and Hudson steps back. Donahue, wind up, pitch, rides high. Count goes 1 ball, no strikes. Light breeze, cooling us off just a tad. Warm, warm day here in Meriden, Connecticut at Seppa Field. That's a strike call. The count goes 1 ball, 1 strike. Luder's a center fielder, not playing all that deep. And the pitch, way up high, breaks off the glove of the catcher. Palmer picks it up. He won't make a throw. That allows Hudson to get in the scoring position. Count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Believe they'll rule out a pass ball. Just popped out of the glove of Jack Palmer. Tough break. Donahue, third pitcher being utilized by Stamford today, into the windup, and the bunted ball, bunted foul. The count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Crowley squares the bunt late and fouls it off. Hudson represents a go-ahead run down the bag at second for Bristol here in the top of the 8th inning. Count goes full, 3-2. Kozakowski in the on-deck circle. Three-two pitch, hit in the air. Right fielder, Pasadento's going to watch it bounce in front of him there. Bristol's going to send the runner home, and they're going to take the lead without a throw. Base hit and RBI for Crowley, and they lead it 3-2. Hudson hustling from the bag at second. How significant was that pass ball now? A single and an RBI for Joe Crowley.
The right fielder, Jack Kozakowski.
Kozakowski now to the plate with 1 down and 1 on. Bristol being warned not to run out of that dugout. That could lead to an immediate disqualification from the game here. So 3-2, Bristol leading. Cardiac kick. But a run. Matter of fact, 5 and 4-3. outside. Kowski to flat out twice and struck out in between. Strike call, count goes 1-1. Count goes 3-1. From the stretch, it's Donahue. The pitch fouled straight back for the backstop. 3-2, Bristol now leading, overcoming a 2-run deficit. Stamford scored a run on the first. They added one on the fourth. They got all the way to 2 outs in the top of the 7th inning. Here's a swing and a miss on a 3-2 pitch. Kozakowski will go back to the dugout, 2 down. Here's Owen Davis to the plate. You know, looking ahead for Stamford to the bottom of the 8th, they got Luders, Anderson, Procedento, the scheduled hitters in the 8th inning. So Davis, the catcher, stepping up. Davis today has struck out a couple of times and grounded out. Outfield, Johnson's in left, Luders in center. Procedento in right field defensively right now for Stamford. Gambino, the first baseman. Green at second. Anderson and Hackett on the left side of the infield. It's short and third. That's Parmer behind the plate. Emmett Donahue on the mound. Giving up a run here in the inning. A couple of singles and a pass ball has done the damage. Count now 2 balls and no strikes here on this hot afternoon. Pace of the game has slowed down a tad. Pitch up high. The count goes 3 balls and no strikes. They'll have the awards presentation following the celebration on the field. That's ball 4. So Davis draws a 2-out walk to put runners at first and second. And brings up Kyle O'Ready. O'Ready's made a nice play defensively at first today. He walked back in the 7th inning. And a pinch runner come on with re-entries back in the ball game now. Bristol in the red uniforms. Pitch in there for the strike. Loretti was showing bunt, pulled it back, but that's a strike call as Emmett Donahue didn't pay much attention. Parmer the set to target behind the plate. Donahue's pitch inside. The count goes even at 1 ball, 1 strike. One up high. Count goes 2 balls and 1 strike. Just tuning in, 2 in the 7th inning for Bristol. 1 hit, 17 and under championship game. Now here, Crowley does. He takes over. Come up after the. Well, the base runners getting together too to have a chat. Bristol, of course, looking for that insurance run The carry forward into the bottom of the 8th inning. They're trying to really steal a championship here today. Well, there's nowhere to put the number 9 guy in the lineup, Ruffino, who has walked in his 3 plate appearances today. So officially 0 for 2 with a fly ball out and a ground ball out back to the pitcher. That was all against Matt Ripley back in the first 2 plate appearances. Of course, in the 7th, he was facing Heron. Came on in relief to try to close a deal, a 2-0 lead in the 7th inning, and looked like he had the job done until that fly ball was dropped, and the game is now continued here to the 8th inning. 2 runs scored on the errant play by the right fielder. 2-0 pitch. Strike call. The count goes 2-1. There is nowhere to put him. Having internet problems and coming back on our secondary stream. Pitch in there for the strike. Count goes full 3-2. Gutsy pitch by Donahue working the outside part of the plate. Bases loaded for Bristol. Had him loaded in the first and came up empty. Runners will go, and the pitch is outside, ball 4, and everybody will advance a base. And it is now a 4-2 lead for Bristol. When the bases remain loaded, Ruffino will collect an RBI. That's 3 consecutive walks issued. And we're going to see a pitching change here as
Evan Bouchard.
Evan Bouchard will come up to the plate. So we'll get all the changes for you in just a moment. Okay, the pitching change in order. It looks like Joe Gambino has moved from the bag at first to the mound. They have taken Donahue and shifted Donahue out the right field and Posadento from right field to the bag at first. As Evan Bouchard will step in the swing. So Bouchard coming to the plate. So big opportunity here for Bristol to break this game wide open. They lead it 4-2. That pitch down low. Pitch again fouled off. Runners go. Pitch fouled off again at the plate. Our audio, but we'll talk away just in case, as that pitch is slapped foul by Bouchard. Swing and a miss, and that will do it. So they'll come back in the bottom of the 8th. Will Stamford, they need 2 to tie. They got the Luders, Anderson, and Posidento, the scheduled hitters. It's too hot. Are we back? All right, looks like our audio has come back, and lo and behold, things might be cooling off a little bit, so that's great news. We're here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Bristol scored a couple of runs in the top of the 8th. They're an out away from a championship here, and Mays into the windup in the pitch, and that's in there for the strike call to Shane Hackett. Hackett considered perhaps the top player on this Stamford team. He's got a runner at third. They need 2 runs with 2 outs. We got the red-hot Gambino in the on-deck circle, who has a couple of RBIs, so there is hope for Stamford. It's the meat of their batting order, facing Trevor Mays here. Do apologize with all our technical difficulties today. It has been the weather, and our internet connection has been faulty. It's just too hot out here. There's a ball that's lofted in the left field for a base hit, and a run will score. And Stamford has made it a 1-run game, as Luter, who was hit by a pitch and took second on an error, scores from the bag at third, moved there on a ground ball out.
Joe Gambino.
And here comes Gambino with Hackett on the bag at first after the RBI single. Gambino today is 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. And somehow they got to try to get these runners all the way along. On deck is Emmett Donahue. First pitch is in there for the strike. Mays down to his final 10 pitches. He has really economized beautifully today, working here to the 8th, and that pitch, a little slow roller, and everybody's going to be safe. The long throw, not in time, and really a dangerous throw by Bouchard. He was playing and shaded toward that bag at second. I think the runner was going, and he got baited by Hackett moving, and he was never in position. Made it a close play at the bag at first, but Gambino with the infield single.
Emmett Donahue.
And it brings up Emmett Donahue. Donahue is 0 for 3, and he's hit into a double play. So it's all up here to Donahue, the number 5 hitter in the lineup, with runners at first and second for Stamford to try to extend things here. 4-3. It's been a dandy of a game, and wish we could have brought it to you nice and cleanly here today. GoPro has worked here for 2 weeks. That's gone down on us today. Here comes the pitch. That's down low for a ball. That was giving you the home plate view. Try to bring all that back for our 15 and under game, as we'll give all our equipment a rest. Stamford playing in the 15 and under versus Ellington. And the pitch down low. Nice stop behind the plate by Owen Davis. Mays getting closer and closer to reaching that final pitch count. Count is 2 balls and no strikes for Trevor Mays. He has put forth a wonderful performance here today. Gave up a run in the first, 1 in the fourth, now 1 here in the 8th. Chance to win it here. It looked bleak. That pitch in for the strike for Bristol. They were down to their final out in the 7th inning, and fly ball hit out the right field. With a couple of runners on, would have been the final out. Ball was dropped. Stamford gave up a couple of runs, forcing the extra innings here. Bristol quickly put 2 on the board in the 8th. Ball fouled off. Count back to even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So great work by Trevor Mays to get back in the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Probably has 3, 4 pitches left, maybe 5. Mays twirls the ball. Checks a runner at the bag at first. Let's see if he comes right after him here. And the 2-2 ground ball hit down to shortstop. Fielded. They go across the diamond. And off the bag they roll. Was Loretti going for the throw from Bouchard. Did a nice job to keep his composure, did Loretti, to at least save it in the field of play. We'll see a replay on that. Looked rather routine down the shortstop. Had no chance for the force on that throw. Boy, can we look at that one more time and maybe stop it when he makes the catch there? Let's take another look at that. One more time. We can stop that replay when he gets to the bag there.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. Re-entering.
I think he got his foot back on the bag from this angle here. It was very close. And that's going to be ruled E6.
Number 2.
And the bases are loaded. Mays down to his final 4 pitches. And we're going to see Belingo inserted back into the game with re-entry here with the bases loaded. 4-3 your score. Oh, neither team here wants to win it. They keep on making a grave mistake on something that looks relatively routine. Wow. That was close. It looked like from our angle here on the replay, he may have put the foot back on the bag before the runner got there. How did you see that? Did it look like he got the foot back there? Yeah, it looked like he may have had the foot on the bag. First base umpire had to make the bang call. Anyways, this is Belingo here with the bases loaded to face Mays. He has walked. He's 0 for 2. And the first pitch is high, ball 1. So Mays down to final 3 pitches. He needs to throw 3 strikes here if he wants to remain in this contest. Bases loaded with 2 outs. And the pitch to the plate, and there's a ground ball batted to the first baseman, fielded, bobbled by Loretti with a touch in the bag. Bristol, you are state champions in 17U by the score of 4-3. What an effort by Stamford to come back in the bottom of the 8th, and what a heartbreaking loss for Stamford, and what an enjoyable win for Bristol. Congratulations to both teams. 4-3 your final score. The winning pitcher Trevor Mays and the game-winning hit Joe Crowley here today. And it was Crowley with the game-winning hit in the 8th inning. All right, we're going to sign off and let our equipment cool down for our second game. That's going to take care of it right here from Seppa Field. Your final score, it is 4-3 Bristol over Stamford in the 17 under championship.